So 3 years ago, I uploaded a video to this account introducing my intentions for it as a project called Also Known As. And my intention for using this name, this phrase, Also Known As, was for it to allow me to basically do whatever I want. To wear different filters. I was wearing a filter in that video. You couldn't see my face. And so I was kind of inspired by different little philosophies I read about identity online. Hans-Georg Muller talking about the transition from authenticity to profilicity, and just kind of thinking of the profile as a persona, like a mask that you put on stage. And so I was having fun with that, and but really I was just being myself in all the subsequent videos that I made, just wearing that cyborg filter, which I do love. Anyway, so as you'll maybe have noticed if you keep up with this, and if not, you wouldn't know the difference, but the screen name now you'll see is Microcosm, and so that's the new incarnation of this project, and it foregrounds what what was the main. If you have seen that short little video, I'll link below. I expressed the main intention of Also Known As a transdisciplinary project would be to facilitate cosmological orientation. And I proceeded, the main project that I undertook with that was to give a digital translation of, a multimedia translation of Rudolf Steiner's Calendar of the Soul, which is this book of poetic verses that are meant to attune the subjective experience to the objective transformation of the seasons. So it's intended to facilitate cosmological orientation in the rhythm of the year. So that was my principal project, and that was really fun. And it was also an outlet for loose scholarly reflection, because so my name's Ashton Arnoldy. What I do in real life is I am currently a PhD candidate at the California Institute of Integral Studies in a really awesome philosophy and religion program called the Philosophy, Cosmology, and Consciousness program. I've been there since 2017 when I began my master's, and I loved it so much, and this is what I say every time I talk about it, I loved it so much that I applied for the PhD, and yeah, I've been in that since 2019, and I'm currently writing my dissertation, which is focused on the work of Owen Barfield and his presentation of the evolution of consciousness. So I'm trying to bring Barfield into dialogue with different thinkers who talk about the Anthropocene and the times that we live in, and trying to present, I describe what I'm doing as the recuperation of meta-narrative in the work of Owen Barfield, because his take on the evolution of consciousness is a meta-narrative for history and natural evolution as well. And I am seeking to show in this dissertation how Barfield's sort of Goethean-inspired theory is not subject to the same critique, not completely at least. There's definitely probably some areas that can be critiqued rightly, but that it's not subject to the total dismissal of meta-narratives as just being ideologically imposed narratives that are meant to give one group dominance over another. Anyway, so that's what I do in real life, among other things, and that's what I would really like to be bringing more here, is just as I'm writing my dissertation, digesting what I'm reading and musing on what I'll be writing, to share that here. And that is very much in keeping with the aspiration of cosmological orientation. Barfield himself worked with Steiner's Calendar of the Soul. Barfield was an anthroposophist, though he was a philosopher in his own right. He wasn't just a blind follower of Rudolf Steiner. So yes, I guess I would describe myself as a scholar practitioner. I'm in this, religion and philosophy PhD program because I was driven by fundamental questions about what it means to be human, what the nature of the world is, and of divinity. Questions like these. So I both have an academic interest in exploring these questions, and I also live them. And I think that's what's so exciting about our time, what some people have described as the post-secular age, where we can be, though, we coexist with hard materialists who completely deny spiritual realities. In the academy, we also are, existing in a time where we can make metaphysically realist claims about angels and what have you, and that be taken seriously. So anyway, that is what I intend for this new incarnation of the channel, and I look forward to sharing more with you here. Thanks for being here.